Welcome to the 2020-21 Student Teacher Achievement Recognition Show, or you may know it by its more common name, the STAR Awards. I'm Anita Foster, Executive Director of Marketing and Communications. We're delighted that you could join us online to celebrate these outstanding students and teachers. Today, we're honoring seniors in the top 2% of their classes and the teachers who have most impacted their lives. We'd also like to take a minute to thank all of the counselors and family members who helped our students reach this elite status in their graduating classes. While things may look a little different this year, it's always time to celebrate outstanding achievements. I'd now like to turn things over to our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Marcelo Cavazos.
Thank you, Anita. I'd like to take a minute to thank each of you for all of your hard work in getting to this point. I know it hasn't been easy, but your hard work and dedication has gotten you here as some of the brightest minds in our school district. I'd also like to take a minute to thank the people who helped you get here. I know for many of you, this journey started in pre-K in the Arlington ISD. You've had teachers and counselors who have supported you and principals who have led you. I'd also like to thank your parents and guardians for all their work in helping you achieve STAR student status. It takes a lot of people to help you get to this point, and I wanted to make sure to acknowledge them as well. In reading a little bit about each of you, I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. I see there are future doctors and business people and engineers, and those are just a few of you. You're going everywhere from Stanford to the Naval Academy, and some of you are staying right here in Arlington. Wherever you go, I want to wish you the best of luck. Something tells me you won't need much luck though, as you are a driven, committed, ambitious, organized, dedicated, hard-working group of students. And I knew all of that even before I read the 3 words you used to describe yourselves. Good luck and congratulations again.
Please welcome Arlington ISD Board of Trustees President, Ms. Keisha Mays.
On behalf of the Arlington ISD Board of Trustees, I'd like to congratulate you all for being STAR students. To finish in the top 2% of the graduating class at your school is truly an amazing accomplishment. It's something you've worked very hard for, and something, given everything that's happened over the last 2 years, that you should be extremely proud of. No other graduating class has dealt with anything like this, and you've continued to excel. Congratulations again for being such outstanding representatives of the Arlington ISD. I can't wait to see what the future holds for every one of you.
Hello, I'm Jeff Krieger, principal of Arlington Collegiate High School. This year has required our early college high school students to navigate our challenging COVID remote instructional world with both their high school and college courses. I'm happy to say today our students were highly successful due to their grit, perseverance, and a willingness to do what others choose not to do. The entire ACHS team is proud of their work and successes our seniors earned this year. In this difficult year, there were 2 students who stood out from the rest for their academic achievements. It is my privilege to share with you our valedictorian and salutatorian for the Arlington Collegiate High School class of 2021. First up, our salutatorian, Kevin Balon. Kevin is planning on going to UTA and majoring in mechanical engineering. His teacher of influence during his time at Arlington Collegiate High School was freshman teacher Jared Cole. The reason why he chose him is he encouraged me to keep pursuing my goals and has always supported me. The 3 words that describe Kevin the best are hardworking, ambitious, and organized. Next up is our valedictorian, Princess Vargas. Princess is going to Texas Tech and plans on majoring in physics. The teacher she chose who most influenced her at Arlington Collegiate High School is Jennifer Fuller. The reason Princess chose English teacher Miss Fuller as her teacher of influence is that because she always believed in her, and she told her to pursue her dream because at the time she was doing something much easier. Princess was also suffering from low self-esteem and never thought her work was good enough, and Miss Fuller always motivated her and told her work was great and that she was undervaluing herself. Miss Fuller is the one who motivated Princess and when she wanted to give up from burnout, but that she was so close to keep on going, and now I've ended up being valedictorian. The 3 words that describe Princess are passionate, hardworking, and outgoing. The ACHS faculty and staff look forward to all the wonderful things you will accomplish in the years to come. Forever and always, Lion Pride. Next up is Arlington High School Principal Dr. Dalla.
These students exemplify the Colts family values. Not only was it an incredible year, it was an incredibly challenging year. Their commitment, ownership, loyalty, toughness, and selflessness could not have been tested more. And they made it. They persevered. I am so proud of each and every one of them. And I know that we are all proud of them at Arlington High School, but I'd like to give some recognition to our counselors who have helped these students along the way. Kevin Newt, Susie Hargrove, Claudine Kemp, Layla Perez, Lachey White, Megan Horn, David Poling, Brian Richardson, and Beth Hancock. Thank you to our counselors for helping these students and all of our students. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Anthony, Andrew, and Spence in our communications department for helping to put this together. Now let's get to the student introductions. Umber Batul will be attending the University of Texas at Arlington and majoring in English literature. The teacher Umber chose was Tamara Fassett, his CTHEI teacher at Bailey Junior High. Why did Umber pick Miss Fassett? Miss Fassett was like a second mother to me during my 8th grade year at Bailey. She is a teacher who engaged us all and wanted us to succeed. Beyond understanding course material, she also made sure we knew she cared for us and our well-being. Her classroom was a safe place for me, like it was for many others. She always listened to what we needed to say and offered a piece of advice to go along with her calming aura. She takes time to not only be an amazing teacher, but also a wonderful person. As a parent, she is a teacher who loves what she does and cares about whom she teaches. I've enjoyed not only learning lessons about career and technology from her, but also about life and success that I've kept with me throughout high school. She is one of the reasons junior high was enjoyable and fulfilling for me, and I can't think of a better person to have for my star award. Umber chose 3 words: empathetic, open-minded, and creative. Next up, we have Lauren Brett. Lauren will be attending Texas A&M University and majoring in biomedical sciences. She chose her golf coach, Coach Blake Arnold. She says about Coach Arnold that he has consistently supported me in so much more than just my golf game. He always made my academics and other extracurriculars a priority. He taught me the importance of enjoying every moment I have left at Arlington High School, and that there is so much more to my high school experience than the eye can see. It is all about the relationships built, memories made, and laughter shared. For the past 3 years, Coach Arnold has made me feel welcome and important. Coach Arnold believed in me even when I doubted myself. His support has been unmatched and has influenced the way I live my everyday life. I cannot put into words how grateful I am for all Coach Arnold has done for me. Lauren Brett chose these 3 words to describe herself: dependable, honest, and open-minded. Next up, we have Caleb Kreider, our salutatorian, and he'll be attending Dallas Baptist University and majoring in finance. He chose his physics teacher, Mr. Michael Rourke. He has this to say about Mr. Rourke. For the past 2 years, I've been fortunate to have Mr. Rourke in both first and second year physics class. The dedication and time that he has given to his students is remarkable, not only preparing us for college, but for our everyday lives. He is patient and kind, always encouraging everyone to give their best effort. The interactive labs and demonstrations that Mr. Rourke does are entertaining, enjoyable, and great for learning how the world works. I know that everything I've learned from him will give me an excellent foundation to build on for many years to come. Thank you, Mr. Rourke, for being fantastic. And Caleb chose these 3 words to describe himself: focused, trustworthy, and optimistic. Next up, we have Kendall Greer, and she chose Andrea Scott, her soccer coach. She says, I chose Coach Andrea Scott because throughout my past 4 years at Arlington High, she has been a driving force in encouraging me to stay diligent in my academic endeavors, while also pursuing extracurricular activities to enrich my high school experience. Coach Scott is one of the most compassionate, accommodating, and enthusiastic teachers I've had the privilege of learning from during my time in AISD. She approaches every day with a positive mindset and a sense of determination that can encourage even the most disheartened of students. Coach Scott prioritized education in her soccer program to ensure all of her players are well-rounded and prepared for life after high school. She has a way of knowing exactly when her students need time to relax and when they need to focus and work their hardest, in order to be as successful as possible in the classroom as well as in athletics. My years in soccer and at Arlington High have been made better by her warm, welcoming nature and her unwavering support of my pursuits both on and off the field. Andrea Scott has been the true embodiment of a star teacher and coach as long as I've been her student, and I know she will continue to positively influence the lives of many for all of her years to come at Arlington High School. Kendall's 3 words to describe herself are determined, diligent, and encouraging. Next up, we have Matthew Huckabee, who will be attending the University of Texas at Arlington and majoring in biomedical engineering. And he chose his percussion director, Mr. Brian Lowe. And he says, Mr. Lowe has always inspired me to work harder. His joy for percussion overflows onto his students. He wants only the best for us, whether that be music or in our everyday lives. Mr. Lowe has created an environment that has impacted me to strive to be my best and encourage others to do so also. Matthew's choice of words to describe himself are hardworking, loyal, and trustworthy. Next, we have Kayla Wynn. She'll be attending the University of Houston and majoring in biology, and she chose her orchestra director, Mr. Jeremy Pillow. Here's what she had to say about Mr. Pillow. He's been an amazing teacher, role model, and friend these past 2 years. I've learned so much and truly look up to him. Whether it was helping me with auditions or encouraging me to practice, he's challenged me and believed in my abilities even when I doubted myself. I'm grateful that we got to develop a bond, and I'll miss him the most when I graduate. 3 words Kayla chose to describe herself are organized, creative, and disciplined. Next up, we have Solomon Pierce. Solomon will be attending the University of Texas at Dallas and majoring in computer science. He chose his math teacher, Bryant McClendon. Here's what he had to say about Mr. McClendon. Mr. McClendon is not only a very good teacher, but also a good coach, someone who can encourage you to be your best and push your limits. He's a challenging teacher, but very understanding and rewards students for what really matters, which is the effort that they put in. 3 words that Solomon chose to represent himself were pretentious, megalomaniac, and a narcissist. Next up, we have our valedictorian, Rachel Poole. She'll be attending Brigham Young University and majoring in communication disorders. She chose her orchestra director, Dr. Chris Chapman. Here's what she had to say about Dr. Chapman. I've always admired the passion that he has for music and the way that he shares it with others. He's given me a lot of support through high school, and I'm so grateful for all of the cherished memories I have with him. Dr. Chapman is an unforgettable orchestra director and friend. Rachel chose these 3 words to describe herself: dedicated, happy, and loyal. Next, we have Arena Robeson, and she'll be attending Texas A&M, where she'll major in engineering. She chose her biology teacher, Miss Amina Kadovic, and here's what she had to say about Miss Kadovic. The first day of freshman year in your biology class, you introduced yourself and told us about your journey and how you got to where you are today. You explained how you were from Bosnia and Herzegovina, and you grew up there until moving here for college. After you shared your story, you started to teach us from the start and not only told us but showed that you can do anything if you're disciplined and work hard. You were one of the very few teachers that said that you will help us anytime and work with us as much as we need, and kept your word. Anytime, especially in the beginning, I needed help on a unit we were going over or a test that was coming up, you always took time beyond your working hours to help me understand it completely. With your unlimited help and encouragement, I was able to take tests with full confidence in myself and my understanding over the unit. You taught me biology, but you also taught me how to work hard and to never give up on school and life goals, so I can become the best that I can be. You were not only my teacher, but my mentor and a role model for me. You have helped me become accomplished in academics and become the person I am today. I am forever grateful for having you as my teacher. Thank you. Arena chose these 3 words to describe herself: brave, kind, and honest. Next up, we have Jason Toon, who will be attending the University of Texas at Arlington and majoring in biology. He chose his psychology and academic decathlon coach, Mr. Tanner Grimm. Here's what he had to say about his teacher. Mr. Grimm is a central member amongst the Arlington High School community. I've personally had the privilege to be taught and coached under his direction in the academic ventures of AP Psychology, Academic Decathlon, UIL Academics, and Quiz League. Grimm's flexible course structure and relevant material paired with his exceptional lecturing results in unforgettable lessons extending beyond the confines of a classroom into the everyday lives of students. Mr. Grimm's passion for teaching has remained unwavered as the COVID-19 pandemic upended traditional modes of instruction, continuing to foster an inclusive environment propelled by his infectious interest in the subject he teaches. As much as he is dedicated to mastering his craft as a teacher, he is committed to forming long-lasting relationships with students. One may find themselves simply transitioning from a discussion over cognitive psychology to a casual dinner table conversation regarding financial advice or one's intentions following high school. I believe I can speak for all of Mr. Grimm's students when saying that between his engrossing lectures, wealth of knowledge, and old person humor, he has supplied us with a truly invaluable scholastic experience worth cherishing for the remainder of our academic careers. Thank you, Mr. Grimm. And Jason's 3 words that he chose were ambitious, personable, and inquisitive. Next up, we have Kim Tran, who will be attending the University of Texas at Arlington and majoring in mechanical engineering. She chose her engineering teacher, Mr. Miguel Picard. And here's what she had to say about Mr. Picard. He always made sure I prioritized my well-being and reminded me that I'm more than just a number or grade. Kim chose these 3 words to describe herself: creative, compassionate, and thoughtful. Next, we have Lydia Wells. She will be attending the University of Texas at Arlington and majoring in computer engineering. And she chose her chemistry teacher, Mr. Gamaro Gonzalez. Here's what she had to say about Mr. Gonzalez. Chemistry is one of my hardest subjects and the one where I've displayed significant improvement. His ability to include both ethical and three-dimensional perspectives into chemistry is more than just a science, but a way of life has impacted my way of thinking. His class reminded me of who I was before everything fell apart, and that I can have a future that I can create with my bare hands. Lydia chose these 3 words to describe herself: hardworking, blunt, and creative. Next up, we have Kara Shibuki. She'll be attending UTA in the fall, but is undecided on a major. She chose Christy Carden, her English 2 teacher. This is what she had to say about Miss Carden. Diligent, knowledgeable, passionate, considerate, amicable, provocative. These are just a few words out of many to describe the hardest working teacher I know. Miss Carden, you are a fun and loving teacher whose witty remarks and stimulating classes always succeed in keeping my attention. Though admittedly quite intimidating at first, your various assignments in your AP English course unleashed my creativity as a writer and helped me to hone my skills as an avid reader. Your dedication and support helped me push past my limits. More than that, I will always remember your willingness to assist me on my journey to college by writing an amazing recommendation letter. Though I'm about to start a new chapter of my life, the life lessons I've learned from your course will always stay with me. I hope that I can become an adult as generous and committed as you are. Thank you for everything you have done for me. Karis chose these 3 words to describe herself: creative, tenacious, and prudent. And now I'd like to introduce the principal of Arlington Bowie, Mr. Rennie Lizardo.
Star Seniors, congratulations on hanging on and making it to this point. We shut down after spring break 2020 and we are now just slowly trying to get back to normal. Despite the unknown, hardships, and changes that all of you experience, your commitment to your academics is what landed you here as a star student. I know I did not get to spend a lot of time with all of you, but please know I've been keeping a watchful eye on all of you and your efforts, and I could not be more proud of your hard work and dedication. I am sure that many before me have praised your intelligence, but let me concentrate on praising your work ethic. Your self-accountability, autonomy, and ability to sacrifice what you want to do for what you need to do are abilities that sometimes get overlooked. So know that I wanted to honor you for that and to encourage you to never let those skills go, as they will carry you far in life. Our first student is Stephanie Correa, going to UNT Business Administration. The teacher she chose is Yvonne Torres, AP Chemistry. I chose this teacher because Miss Torres stood out to me since the very first day of school. Her personality was unique and she showed true compassion towards me and my classmates. I instantly fell in love with her class and gained a sense of trust. Shortly after, she saw past the student in me and became my mentor for many other factors in my high school career. Ms. Torres remains to be the only teacher who has given me genuine advice and guided me to the student I have become today. The 3 words that describe this student is genuine, dedicated, and versatile. Our next student is Fong Dong, going to UTA Psychology. The teacher Fong chose is Jacqueline Robinson, Practicum in Health Science at CTC. The student says, I chose this teacher because when my classmates and I doubted ourselves, she was there to reassure us that we could do it. The next student is Alexa Hune, going to UT Austin, majoring in Public Health. The teacher she chose is Crystal Carrasco, teaching Advanced Chemistry. She says she chose this teacher because throughout her years at Bowie High School, Ms. Carrasco's room has always been a safe haven for her. When she thinks about her time in high school, she thinks about the time the teacher let her have a cereal party or when she surprised her with Mother's Day gifts. Beyond the full moments, Ms. Carrasco has been there for her when she was crying and felt lost. She's given her pep talks and believed in her when she didn't believe in herself. Many other students would choose Ms. Carrasco if they were in their position too. 3 words that describe Alexa are diligent, passionate, and honest. The next student is Cindy Hune, going to UT Austin for business. The teacher she chose is Brandon Lopez, AP Physics teacher. She says, I chose this teacher because he's been the biggest help throughout my very rough senior year. He consistently checks up on me, always makes sure I'm doing well, taking care of my mental health. He creates a safe space for me to vent and open up about the obstacles in my life. 3 words that describe Sydney are dignified, assiduous, strong-willed. The next student is Carlene Hune, going to UT Austin for Public Health. Teacher she chose, Shalyn Griggs, who teaches academic decathlon. She says, I chose this teacher because when I met Miss Griggs, I first joined her class junior year. She was always so positive and welcoming. I'm very thankful for the many times she reached out to me when I was having a hard time in school, for always cheering me on. Miss Griggs is definitely someone I will never forget. 3 words that describe Carlene are dramatic, friendly, and rare. Our next student is Phi Lee, going to UTA for exercise science. The teacher Phi chose is Valencia Ward, 11th grade teacher in medical interventions at the CTC. Phi chose Miss Ward because she always shows that she cares about her students and brightens the atmosphere inside of the classroom with her cool personality. 3 words that describe Phi are kind, hardworking, and creative. Our next student is our salutatorian, Christina Lee, going to UTA for nursing. Teacher she chose is Kashara Celestine, English, Social Studies, and Writing from 5th grade. Christina says she chose this teacher because I strongly believe that she was the first teacher that gave me a wake-up call, a call that turned my entire mindset around. She taught me a lot of lifelong skills that I would use even today. For instance, before I met her, I had no ambitions to touch a book, let alone read one. Never in a million years would I even fathom being able to go through the entirety of a book. But to my surprise, I suddenly enjoyed every minute of our class time reading sessions, and it was something I always looked forward to doing. It was then that I realized she was the mastermind that cultivated my love for reading. This may sound like a small accomplishment, but it taught me a lot. It quite literally taught me to never judge a book by its cover, to be patient, since I assumed all books were just boring pieces of literature. All I had to do was open my horizons and try new things to enjoy the gift of life. She also embedded the importance of hard work into my mind and how hard work will always pay off in the end. This particular skill has had one of the most important impacts on me, molding me into the person I am today. Nonetheless, I just wanted to thank Miss Celestine for having such an important impact on me and helping me become a better person as well as a better student. I viewed her as a role model then and still do now. It was truly an honor to be her student. 3 words that describe Christina are hardworking, friendly, and helpful. Our next student is Philip Tran, going to the University of Southern California for Public Relations. He chose Miss Susan Schwartz, teacher of Algebra 2 and AP Statistics. Philip writes, I love her energy. She always brightens up the classroom, and Miss Schwartz's personality is so fun and fresh. She has helped me so much throughout the college process, writing me recommendation letters for scholarships in colleges, one of which I am attending. The classroom setting has been difficult due to COVID, but she has made school enjoyable again, and I look forward to going to her class every day. She has made AP Stats so much more enjoyable. Ms. Schwartz is my favorite teacher for sure. 3 words that describe Philip are bright, exciting, and amazing. Our next student is our valedictorian, Tiffany Tran, going to UT Austin for Public Health. The teacher she chose is Beverly Moore, Principles of Health Science. Tiffany wrote, Ms. Moore was always an extremely caring teacher who was truly passionate in what she does. She not only helped me dip my feet into the non-scientific side of healthcare, which I tend to overlook, but she taught me how to get a job, prepare a resume, cover letter, etc. And I'm confident in saying that I would never forget some of the lessons I've learned from her. Whatever it may be, from her crazy stories in healthcare, her lessons on how to best protect yourself from germs, especially during the pandemic, or just her general show of honest care of her students. Ms. Moore has taught me what it really means to work in healthcare and has created a strong foundation that will carry me far. The 3 words that describe Tiffany are dependable, resourceful, conscientious. Our next student is Hyen Tran, going to UT Austin for physics. Hyen chose Shalyn Griggs, 11th grade AP teacher. Hyen wrote, I've gotten a lot of good advice from this teacher that's helped me think about and plan my future. 3 words that describe Hyen are curious, eager, and indecisive. Our next student is Trang Trin, going to UT Austin for biochemistry. Trang chose Mindy Resendez, math 5th grade teacher at Fitzgerald. Trang wrote, I chose this teacher because she has always been here for me since forever. Coming back to visit her has always left me with a bright smile on my face as I reminisce about all our fun times that I've had in her class. Even though it's been 8 years, I remember her class as the first math class I actually truly enjoyed. Ms. Resendez was genuinely the first teacher who actually cared about my well-being outside of school and supported me from the start. Ms. Resendez, thank you for everything you have done for me. 3 words that describe Trang are lighthearted, friendly, and magnificent. Our next student is Rachel Vu, going to UTA, undeclared major. The teacher she chose is Todd Watkins, who teaches human body systems, IB biology. Rachel wrote, I've had this teacher for 2 years, and over those 2 years, he has not only taught me the required curriculum, but also important life lessons and values. 3 words that describe Rachel are disciplined, reliable, and organized. Congratulations again to all of you. Now here's Andy Hagman, principal of Lamar High School.
I'm very proud of the 12 individuals that will be presented today. They've persevered through extraordinary circumstances, and they've risen to the top after 4 challenging and fulfilling years at Lamar High School. I'm so appreciative of their efforts, and I'm so hopeful and expectant of the wonderful things they'll do in the future. Paola Arellano. Paola will attend the University of Texas at Arlington, and she's going to study accounting. The teacher she's recognizing today is Rebecca Archer, 10th grade Advanced English 2 teacher, 12th grade AP English 4 teacher, and also our academic decathlon sponsor. Paola chose Miss Archer because academic decathlon was the best class I had in high school, and I learned to appreciate writing and reading. The 3 words that describe Paola are hardworking, loyal, and determined. Sydney Bunag is our valedictorian. Sydney will attend the University of Texas at Arlington and study computer science and engineering. The teacher she's recognizing today is Miss E, an Art 2 teacher. Why? Miss E is kind, generous, and caring. She taught me so much about art, which showed me a new way to look at the world through colors and perspective and different values. Through this, I learned to look at things through new lenses, calmly and in a relaxing way, that has helped me solve problems and take time to think about things while I am painting. Going after school to paint with her was always a wonderful respite from the stress of schoolwork and time for me to reflect on myself, which allowed me to become who I am today. I will always fondly remember my times in art class and always appreciate the kindness of Miss E, allowing me to use her paints and brushes to express myself through new mediums of art and to keep my sanity. Thank you so much for everything you have done for me. Sydney's 3 words to describe herself are creative, enthusiastic, and hardworking. Nathan Cheng. Nathan will attend the University of Texas at Austin and study computer science. Nathan's teacher is Veronica Babino, 6th grade teacher at Larson Elementary School. Why? She was one of the first teachers to teach me the essence of hard work. She really knew when to teach and when to have fun, when to be serious and when to goof off. She wasn't afraid to give constructive criticism, and she always had great advice. On top of that, she was really fun to be with. Nathan's 3 words to describe himself: determined, studious, and community-minded. Cleo Chu is our salutatorian. Cleo will attend the University of Texas at Austin and study environmental science with a geological focus. Cleo's teacher of choice is Michael Jones, Principles of Biomedical Science teacher. Mr. Jones has always been an uplifting teacher. He encouraged me to shoot for the stars no matter what I thought would happen. He taught me to believe in myself and showed me what I could do. The 3 words Cleo chose for herself are kind, hardworking, and reliable. Braden Cooner. Braden will attend Texas A&M University and study architectural engineering. Braden's teacher is Mr. Monroe, his varsity tennis coach. Coach Monroe has been my coach for the last 4 years and has made the most impact on me due to all the memories made in tennis and on the team. Braden's 3 words are passionate, observant, and creative. Jade Ha. Jade will attend the University of Texas at Austin and study biology. The teacher she wants to recognize is Valencia Ward, 11th grade medical interventions teacher at the Career and Tech Center. Not only was her class engaging and fun, but Ms. Ward was also one of the most caring and supportive teachers you'll ever meet. She makes a genuine effort to connect with her students and build relationships. Last spring, she was the first and practically only teacher I had who kept us consistently updated throughout the rest of the year. And she'd hold Zoom meetings just to check in on us. I love that she has remind groups for all of her past classes so she can still keep in contact with us even after we move on from her class. Mrs. Ward was also one of my recommenders for college applications, and she stuck with me through the ups and downs of the process, for which I'm so grateful. She really is one of the sweetest persons. Jade's 3 words to describe herself: patient, quiet, and diligent. Amber Hamlin. Amber will attend Oklahoma Christian University, where she will study computer engineering with software engineering emphasis. Amber's teacher of choice is Miss Nancy Scott. She's so amazing and caring. Amber's 3 words: curious, compassionate, determined. Jordan Logie, University of Oklahoma, where Jordan will study meteorology. Jordan's teacher of choice was Andrew Walton, our orchestra director. Mr. Walton encourages me not only to be a better musician, but a better person as a whole. He demonstrates a passion for guiding students through life and fostering their development into well-rounded citizens of society. Jordan's 3 words are ambitious, driven, and thoughtful. Sophia Ma. Sophia will attend the University of Texas at Austin and study business. Her teacher of choice is Miss Mangat, who physics 1 and 2 teacher. Why? She's the teacher who had the most impact during my time here. Mrs. Mangat has provided me with endless amounts of understanding and help. She shows that she cares deeply and loves her students and will listen if you have things to say. In addition, it's always super fun to talk to her. Sophia's 3 words to describe herself: creative, considerate, knowledgeable. Kauthar Osman. Kauthar will attend the University of Texas at Arlington with an undecided major. Kauthar's teacher is Miss Turner, an art teacher. She was the first teacher who wouldn't just help me fix my grade with extra credit. She made me work to fix it by coming in after class. I think that instilled a sense of tenacity in me. Also, she's one of my favorite teachers at Lamar because of her nice and friendly personality. Kauthar's 3 words to describe: ambitious, compassionate, and amiable. Aditi Patel. Aditi will attend the University of Texas at Arlington and study accounting and management information systems. Aditi's teacher of choice is Alan Lang, our band director. I chose this teacher because he taught me that it is okay to fail and to learn from our mistakes to do better the next time. He instilled the idea that hard work will always prevail and taught me how to manage my time very well. Aditi's 3 words are stubborn, bubbly, and creative. Madeline Taylor. Madeline will attend Baylor University and study chemistry. Her teacher of choice is Jana Hammonds, her soccer coach. Coach Hammonds has always been there for me on and off the soccer field. She genuinely cares about my well-being and has encouraged me to be a good athlete, but an even better person. I will miss all of the good times and laughter we have had over the past 4 years. Madeline's 3 words to describe herself: organized, detail-oriented, and athletic. Congratulations again to all of our Lamar Vikings. Up next, Marlene Roddy from Martin High School.
Hello, Martin parents and students. Welcome back for another year of the Star Awards. I know this looks a little different, but it's a special time and we want to make sure we recognize your accomplishments during such a difficult year. I also want to make sure that we recognize significant staff besides your teachers that have helped you along the way, and that would be your counselors and your administrators. Our first student today for recognition is Caitlin Chang. Caitlin is attending UT Austin and will major in biology. Her teacher that she selected is Linda Helgren, who teaches Algebra 2 and Calculus. Why? Ms. Helgren has taught me for 2 years. She is also kind and understanding of both school and out-of-classroom problems that I encounter. In class, Ms. Helgren is helpful when I am struggling, and she explains the difficult, abstract concepts very well. Overall, she is the most influential teacher to me throughout the 4 years of high school. 3 words for myself are reserved, ambitious, and studious. Next is Jenna Elkasey. She's going to the University of Texas at Arlington and majoring in biochemistry. Her teacher that she selected is Kathleen Blanchard, who was her 10th grade pre-AP English teacher. Why did she select her? She says she is the perfect example of what a teacher should and does represent. From caring to her students inside and outside of the classroom, her heart always shines. 3 words that Jenna uses to describe herself are resilient, ambitious, and dependable. Next is Imogene Hofer. She plans also to attend University of Texas at Arlington and major in history and get her social studies teaching certification. The teacher she selected was Sarah Spurrier, her AP Human Geography teacher that she had in 9th grade. Mrs. Spurrier prepared her so well for all of her future AP classes. Her class was engaging and interesting. It most definitely helped her to foster my love for social studies and interest in the world around me. It gave me a better perspective of the world, and I love getting to learn about different cultures, the way we interact with them, and things like their languages. 3 words that describe Imogen is hardworking, strong, and confident. Next is Nicholas Kosterek. He plans to attend Carnegie Mellon University and major in computer science. The teacher he selected was James Hovey, his computer science teacher for all 4 years of high school. He says that Mr. Hovey has been extremely influential on my computer science education. 3 words that Nicholas uses to describe himself are confident, passionate, and level-headed. Next is Jonathan Locke. He plans to attend Texas Tech and be a part of the Honors College. His major will be biochemistry. The teacher he selected was Laura Taylor, Algebra 2 and pre-calculus teacher. Why did he choose Ms. Taylor? He says she made math learning easy because she explained things so well. She was my teacher for 2 years. 3 words he uses to describe himself: intelligent, hardworking, and responsible. Next is Megan McDonald. Megan plans to attend Rice University and major in mechanical engineering. Her teacher she selected was Rachel Peterson, her AP psychology teacher in 10th grade and the STEM Leadership Conference sponsor in 9th through 12th grade. She says Ms. Peterson is an incredible teacher, mentor, and human being. Her teaching skills made me and my entire class prepared to ace the AP psychology exam. Her guidance at the STEM Leadership Conference helped me grow into a strong leader, communicator, and public speaker. Mrs. Peterson has a gold nugget of wisdom to share for any situation, and she is always willing to lend a hand. From AP Psychology to STEM Leadership, Ms. Peterson is dedicated to the growth of all students. I was just lucky enough to be one of them. 3 words to describe myself: leader, hardworking, and tenacious. Next is Chijoki Mubarake. He plans to attend Stanford University and major in computer science. The teacher he selected was Veronica Babino, his 6th grade homeroom teacher at Larson Elementary. He selected her because she was my star teacher, the first teacher to believe in my capacity to accomplish great things. She nominated me for the Leadership Award at Larson and introduced me to the wonderful world of UIL. I cannot think of anyone more suited than her to be my teacher. 3 words to describe myself are outgoing, sarcastic, but determined. Next is Abhay Mittal, who is our valedictorian. He plans to attend UT Austin and major in electrical and computer engineering. The teacher he selected is Jay Atman. Jay Atman was his ACT coach in sophomore through senior year, his physics coach in 11th grade, and his UIL coach in 12th grade. Why? He really taught physics with passion, made me much more curious about the world. I've grown to love this subject because of his insight and connection. He's greatly influenced my life and served as a positive presence for all his students. He's been my coach for the past few years in both academic sense and in life. I've just grown so much as a young adult with his support. 3 words to describe myself: I am a ba. Next is Heather Wynn. Heather plans to attend the University of Texas at Dallas and major in neuroscience med on a pre-med track. Her teacher is Michelle Dovda, who was her PLTW medical interventions teacher. She says Ms. Dovda was challenging, but she motivated me to work harder and take time to truly learn the material. She introduced me to a lot of medical volunteer internship opportunities that I greatly appreciated. In turn, this deepened my love for medicine. She was also someone I could go to for guidance about anything, and she would take time out of her day to offer insight and advice. 3 words I use to describe myself, Heather says, are driven, compassionate, and outgoing. Next is Rihanna Pinto. She plans to attend University of Texas at Austin and be a biology major. The teacher that she selected is Karen Peters, which is now a counselor, but was her mentor really 9th through 12th grade. She says, Miss Peters has been a constant role model and positive influence for me throughout high school. She guided me along every step of the way, always offering me the best advice. She's an amazing listener, and I don't know what I would have done without her. She is the definition of a teacher counselor who always goes above and beyond for her students, and I am grateful beyond words to have her in my life. 3 words to describe myself are innovative, determined, and perseverant. Next is Hassanein Rangwala. He is our salutatorian. He is planning to attend UT Austin and be a business finance major. The teacher he selected, Brian Crawford, teaches AP Biology. He says he chose Mr. Crawford because he makes class interesting and fun. He's also a great mentor during my time at SNHS as a president. That's the Science National Honor Society he's speaking of. The 3 words he uses to describe himself are hardworking, determined, and passionate. Next is Riley Reeves. Riley plans to attend the U.S. Naval Academy and major in foreign language and maybe engineering. The teacher she selected was Rhonda Dunn, which was her volleyball coach in her sophomore year. She chose Miss Dunn because she says she pushes me to be the best athlete I can be. But more than that, she pushed me to be the best person I could be. She was also a huge help when writing essays, as she was able to show me different ways of thinking and expressing my thoughts on paper. 3 words I use to describe myself, according to Riley, are driven, competitive, and responsible. Next is Logan Simon, who plans to attend Rice University and major in mathematics. The teacher he selected was Jennifer Rothwell, his English 1 freshman year teacher. Why did he choose Miss Rothwell? She's one teacher who changed my life all 4 years of high school. Rothwell's room will always feel like home. 3 words he used to describe himself? Happy-go-lucky. Next is Grace Suntorndewath. Grace intends to attend Stanford University and major in biomedical engineering. The teacher she selected is Lydia Berry, her advanced chemistry teacher and her AP chemistry teacher in sophomore and junior years. She says about Miss Berry, she was my chemistry teacher. She never doubted my potential. She's always been seeing the best in me. She's so kind to her student and extends her teaching beyond academics to make sure everyone leaves her class with life skills she believes are important to know. She's always been available to me on homework. She talks with me, even dances with me. Her carefree energy is something I strive to have. She is also the reason I've chosen biomedical engineering as my major, because she believes that I have the skills to be a great engineer. 3 words I use to describe myself, according to Grace: well-rounded, selfless, and optimistic. Next is Sydney Taylor, who plans to attend UT Austin and major in government. The teacher she selected was Kristen Session Brown, her cheer coach from 9th through 12th grade. She said she coached and guided me through my high school career. She always pushed me to be my very best and excel in academics and extracurriculars. 3 words that Sydney uses to describe herself are competitive, outgoing, and driven. Next is Nathan Trong. He plans to attend Baylor University and be in the University Scholars Program with a concentration in biochemistry and medical humanities in a pre-dental track. He selected was Kay Owens, his choir director in 9th through 12th grade. He says, Miss Owens has provided me with some of the most amazing, unforgettable experiences of my life. She believed in me and always pushed me to go beyond my comfort zone. She gave me the opportunity to be involved in the most talented, most loving, most passionate group of people I've ever known. Through our trips to London and New York City, after performing all over Arlington and rehearsing countless hours, Miss Owens has helped me to become a better musician and person. All the seniors have lost so much this year, but Miss Owens never gave up. She fought through one of the most difficult years of her career so that the seniors could rehearse and perform. In choir this year, I forged so many dear friendships and precious memories. These are the only things that have made my senior year worthwhile. For making all this possible, I can never thank her enough. Miss Owens has made such an imprint on my heart, so she is the rightful teacher to choose for STAR. 3 words I use to describe myself, according to Nathan, are thoughtful, diligent, and resolute. And finally, Isabel Utter, who plans to attend UTA and major in their nursing program. The teacher she selected was Lori Palomino, her 6th grade math teacher, who is now at Bailey Junior High. She was the first teacher who believed in her ability to excel at a higher level. 3 words that Isabel uses to describe herself are diligent, creative, and driven. Thank you. And up next is Juan Villarreal from Sam Houston High School.
Congratulations, Texans. This has been a very challenging year, but with your hard work and perseverance, you accomplished being in the top 2% of your class, which is an outstanding accomplishment. I know that everything you have experienced this year has prepared you to embark on your new journey. I am convinced that you are going to do amazing things, and I am very proud of you. It is with great honor to recognize you as one of the top 2% of your graduating class. Congratulations. Our first student is Chisholm Akapum. She's attending the University of Chicago and majoring in computer science. Her favorite teacher is Poppy Moore. She says, since my freshman year at Sam, she has guided me and supported me in my endeavors. I can always count on talking to Miss Moore, to talk or to just share a joke. She is available for all students to offer some of her brilliant wisdom. In short, she is the best teacher and she has influenced my life. The 3 words that Chisholm uses to describe herself is driven, creative, and enlightened. Hoy Dean, attending the University of Texas at Arlington. Major will be software engineering. He is very caring and kind. I can sense his passion and drive for teaching, and his kind nature makes it easier and quite soothing to communicate with and learn in his class. The 3 words are creative, adaptable, and enlightened. Johanny Flores. He is attending the University of Texas at Arlington, and his major will be computer science. His favorite teacher is Graylin Roberson. He says that Mr. Roberson has a calm demeanor and has great leadership that motivates him to become the person he is today. He has inspired him to continue to work harder to see what future success looks like in person and academically. He describes himself as adaptable, selfless, and ambivalent. Lisette Garcia, attending UT Arlington in biomedical engineering. Her favorite teacher is Sandy O'Brien. She says, she's my avid teacher. She always understands and has always been patient with me. I remember a specific conversation a friend and I had with her regarding family. She was understanding and helpful and almost made me cry. It made me see how much she cares about her students, and she has a comforting vibe to her. She is a person that is easy to talk to, and I want to be that person to someone someday. The 3 words that she uses to describe herself are tenacious, empowered, and resilient. Jennifer Hall. She's attending the University of Texas A&M in chemical engineering. Her favorite teacher is Jamie Thomas. She chose Miss Thomas because she was one of the few teachers that made her feel like she had a community at Sam. Every interaction with her is never boring, even if we are just sitting in silence. Her style of teaching furthered my passion for chemistry and chemical engineering. The 3 words that Jennifer used are adaptable, inquisitive, and diligent. Quinn Lee, attending UT Arlington, and the major will be biology. Favorite teacher is Alyssa Thomas. She always supports her students and does her best to make sure that they understand the class material. Earlier this year, I had some trouble that I was going through. That affected my schooling. And she was ready to spend her time making alternative assignments for me so that I could focus on my family problems and learn what I needed to in class. She frequently asks questions to make sure that I am okay, and she reminds me to never give up. The 3 words that she used were productive, quiet, and hardworking. Ivan Martinez, attending Texas A&M Galveston in computer engineering. He has selected Coach Vasquez because he gives him advice on what to do in the future and has helped him become a better person. He can always count on Coach Vasquez when he needs something, and he has made a tremendous difference in his life. The three words that Ivan uses for himself are dependable, helpful, and loyal. Sergio Martinez is attending the University of Texas at Austin in civil engineering. His favorite teacher is David Granda. He is a chill teacher, and I have learned a lot this year. The three words that he used are productive, helpful, and hardworking. Tiffany No, attending UTA in biomedical science. Favorite teacher is Nani Lamar. She was someone I could get close to and open up to about anything. During the year I had her, she was sweet to everyone and made sure we all felt comfortable and happy in her class. The three words that she used to describe herself are driven, thoughtful, and inclusive. Princess Okilu, attending New York University in biochemistry. Her favorite teacher is Armando Talamantes. I chose this teacher because he is passionate about his job and he cares for his students. He is deeply invested in making sure that all of his students get into college and get financial aid for college. The three words that she uses are optimistic, inquisitive, and persistent. Leslie Omengay. She's attending University of Southern California in International Business Administration. Her favorite teacher is Jennifer Kopetsky. I remember one day in class before an exam, Ms. Kopetsky said, as a child, you spent 9 to 10 years believing in simplicity like Santa, but now you cannot even spend 30 seconds believing in yourself. After she said this, I quickly pulled out my phone and typed the statement in my Wow Words of Wisdom folder to reflect on. I knew she had challenged my perspective. Ms. Kopetsky has constantly pushed me to believe in myself. She has portrayed the importance of always being a student by questioning me about my Kenyan heritage. She has noticed the slightest change in my mental health. She has set time out to understand the why behind my decisions. Not only is she a fantastic math teacher, but she has a heart of gold. I chose her because of her Kopetsky bear hugs so tight I can barely breathe, and her flower personality that brightens every room she walks in. The three words that Leslie chose were memento collector, inquisitive, and introspective. Ramad Ahesad, he's attending the University of Texas at Arlington. His major would be architectural engineer. He chose Mr. Daymeyer. Why? He taught very well, and everything he said was very blunt but essential, and he has made a difference in my life. The three words that he used are diligent, quick, and responsive. Edith Sanchez. She's attending UTA and majoring in psychology. Her favorite teacher is Jill Willingham. She was always willing to help me with whatever I needed, whether related to her class or other classes or scholarship opportunities, and she has made a difference in my life. The three words that Edith uses for herself are compassionate, hardworking, and trustworthy. Tina Tran. She's attending the University of Texas at Arlington and majoring in business marketing. Her favorite teacher is Miss Hamilton. Miss Hamilton had some of the most significant impacts on me when it came to my studies. She is patient, kind, knows what she is doing, and truly cares about her students' success. Miss Hamilton has all of the attributes that describes a perfect teacher. She always provides a fun and engaging learning environment, which helped me grow to love English, especially writing. I was never confident in my writing skills and hated the subject with passion. For some reason, though, every time I went to Miss Hamilton's class, she taught me in the most helpful ways. My primary low scores essays became perfect high score essays by the end of the year. She built my confidence in the subject that was difficult for me. Looking back and comparing my first essay in her class to the last essay, it is such a massive achievement for me. Because of Ms. Hamilton, I have learned to be proud and confident of my work, and I am very grateful to have been one of her students. The three words that Tina uses to describe herself are patient, insightful, and resilient. Tina Vu. She's attending the University of Texas at Arlington, and her major would be business. She has chosen Shelley Almendares. Towards the end of my junior year, I was at my lowest point in life. I was struggling mentally, yet I managed to continue working hard aimlessly day by day in hopes my future would sort out itself. A day before spring break, I had a breakdown. The built-up stress from school and my personal life reached its limits. That day, Ms. Almendares pulled me aside to vent. She listened and did not judge me for my feelings. For once, I did not feel like someone was judging me. Not only did she give me advice I will hold forever, she provided me with hope that everything will be okay, and I will never forget that day. The three words that Tina uses to describe herself are diligent, perseverant, and optimistic. Congratulations, students, and please help me welcome Mr. Ray Borden from Seguin High School.
Congratulations on being recognized as the top 2% of Seguin High School for the class of 2021. What a journey. I know this has been a lot of work for you, so you deserve these accolades. You fought through many long nights of studying, perhaps given up opportunities to be involved in many other activities, and you have made it through a global pandemic. Through it all, you committed to your academic pursuits and excelled in those pursuits. You've done what others before you have done, but none have done it under the most unusual circumstances that you endured. What a journey. Your journey started a long time ago and included many different people along the way. But today, you have chosen that one teacher that had the most impact during your schooling. So a huge thank you to those teachers that have been honored as being most inspirational in your journey. This celebration of your academic success is shared by many, but ultimately, you are the driver and determiner of your own destinies and rewards. So enjoy this next few weeks and the praise and love that will be lavished upon you, and then get back to the work of being great, as this is not the end of your journey, but only the beginning. I love you guys. I'm super proud of you, and always go Cougs. Our first student is Teresa Dow. Teresa will be studying psychology at the University of Texas at Arlington. The teacher that she would like to recognize is Ellen Vaughn, her AP Stats teacher. She says that Ms. Vaughn encourages her students to put their honest effort into their work while understanding their struggles and differing circumstances. The three words that Teresa would use to describe herself are inquisitive, pragmatic, self-improving. Great job, Teresa. Our next student is Truck Huang. He also will be attending University of Texas at Arlington to study biology. Miss Jennifer Reese, computer science teacher. Miss Reese is an amazing teacher, and she's always so kind. Even with the pandemic going on this year, she always made time for her students. Specifically, she was always willing to help with college stuff and scholarships. Our next student is Calvin Wynn, the salutatorian of the class of 2021. Calvin will be attending the University of Texas at Austin to study public health. The teacher that he would like to recognize is Alicia Whitaker, his 6th grade English teacher at Beckham Elementary. Calvin said that Miss Whitaker was his first friend teacher that motivated him in school and believed that his work would make a change in people's lives. The three words that Calvin uses to describe himself are diligent, enthusiastic, and adventurous. Great job, Calvin. Next up, we have Kelly Pham, the valedictorian of the class of 2021. Kelly will be attending University of Texas at Arlington to study medical technology. The teacher that she would like to recognize is David Crocker, her AP Psych and Academic Decathlon teacher. As her AP Psych teacher, he prioritized understanding of the material over grades, which ultimately helped Kelly be prepared for the AP test. As the Academic Decathlon coach, Mr. Crocker always offered Kelly so much support and has been a source of motivation for her. Kelly says she was timid as an underclassman when first meeting Mr. Crocker, but since then, he has given her everything she's needed to grow her confidence and feel a lot more assured about who she is. He doubles as a teacher and a mentor, and she is truly a better student because of him. The 3 words that Kelly uses to describe herself are dedicated, ambitious, and compassionate. Great job, Kelly. Our next student is Ethan Syed, and he will be attending the University of Texas at Austin to study computer engineering. The teacher that he would like to recognize is Marshall Westphal Hasig, who is the Key Club sponsor at Seguin High School. Ethan says that his growth as a community leader can be almost entirely attributed to Miss WH. Because of her mentorship, Ethan has learned how to take initiative to make change through action to truly understand the fulfilling nature of community service, and he has learned that through teamwork and collaboration, almost anything is possible. Ethan describes himself as passionate, community-driven, and personable. Way to go, Ethan. Our next student is Kelly Tran, who will be attending the University of Texas at Austin to study neuroscience. The teacher she would like to recognize is Jacqueline Robinius, her health science practicum teacher at the CTC. She says that Ms. Robinius is always ready to help and has shown her support through tough love. She motivated Kayla to accomplish her goals and questions her thinking to help guide her to what she wants to do with her life. 3 words that Kayla uses to describe herself are determined, stubborn, and straightforward. Way to go, Kayla. Our next student is Mary Vu. Mary Vu will be attending the University of Connecticut to study biology. And the teacher that she would like to recognize today is Miss Kaylee Hudson, her pre-AP English 2 teacher from 10th grade. Mary says that she and Miss Hudson have built a connection that she holds dearly. Miss Hudson has always been nothing but sweet, encouraging, and supportive when it comes to any endeavor that Mary set for herself. Miss Hudson took time to get to know Mary and would always be able to put a smile on her face. Mary knew that Miss Hudson had her back whether it was in the classroom or on the tennis courts during the faculty games. Miss Hudson is definitely one of the reasons why Mary will miss Seguin when she graduates. 3 words that Mary uses to describe herself are determined, selfless, and easygoing. Good job, Mary. And last but not least, we would like to recognize Morgan Worley, who will be attending the University of Texas at Arlington. Morgan would like to recognize Miss Brittany Paradiso, her 9th grade Algebra 2 teacher, her 11th grade AP Cal teacher, and her 12th grade AP Cal teacher. Morgan chose Miss Paradiso because she has been the most supportive teacher throughout all of her high school. Since Morgan's freshman year, Miss Paradiso has always been one to make jokes and open up with her students. Miss Paradiso's welcoming energy made Morgan want to continue to take her class through her junior year. Miss Paradiso's welcoming energy made Morgan want to continue to take her class during her junior year, as well as stop by and say hi during her sophomore year. Miss Paradiso is not only an amazing person, but a wonderful teacher. She takes into consideration all the learning styles and prioritizes her students' comprehension. Morgan would not be the student or person she is today without Miss Paradiso as one of her role models. The 3 words that Morgan uses to describe herself are persistent, adaptable, and fun-loving. Way to go, Cougs. And now we'll turn it back over to Ms. Foster.
Thank you, Principal Borden, and thank all of you for tuning in today. Make sure you share this video so your friends and family can take part in your outstanding accomplishments. You're graduating as stars today, and we can't wait to see how bright your star will shine. Take care, everybody.